one of the questions we get asked a lot as we've been traveling over the last 18 months as a family is, where do you shop for food? And how do you eat healthy while traveling? Many of us know of us as a family who tries to eat healthy, and we have some food sensitivities and things. And so I'm going to show you one of the many tools that we use to be able to eat healthy while on the road. But even if you're not traveling full time, you can use this feature. We actually used Azure Standard for about 6 or 7 years, even when we were living stationary in a traditional brick house in Houston, Texas. So whether you are traveling full-time, part-time, or living stationary, this is a really great tool for you to use. So I'm going to show you how you can go. You can go straight to azurestandard.com, or you can use our unique website link here, where you can go to bit.ly/shop Azure. This is an affiliate link that gives us a percentage of when you shop through that link. And if you use that link, we would greatly appreciate it, but you don't have to. So when you use that link, it helps support us in as we're traveling, as we're working in this new endeavor with Missions with Jesus Tribe movement. And so it helps us in that as well. Okay, so honestly, this website is such as easy as shopping on Amazon. Okay, so if you shop on Amazon, you can shop here with Azure Standard. And basically, this is a way to be able to eat healthy at an affordable price. You'll find that the food choices here will be prices that will be either equivalent to what you are used to purchasing or potentially less, especially if you order in bulk, because that's who they cater to. They typically cater to providing options through small farmers, smaller businesses, but you will find products here that you are also familiar with. So once you get on their website, you can check out a little bit behind the scenes of who they are and what they do. This is a company that's based outside of inside Oregon, but they deliver all over the country. And so I want to show you a couple of features here before we actually log in and see the benefits of actually having an account and actually shopping through them. So here, when you go to the shopping section, I'll just show you the breadth and the vastness of variety of products that they have here. Think of this as like the Sears wish book of food, or like if you've gone to your favorite Sprouts or Trader Joe's or Whole Foods and imagine that it was like in a warehouse the size of Costco. Okay, so they've got food items here all the way from baby food to sweets and candies and tea. Okay, they also have health and beauty items. I know less about this section because I don't shop very much in this area. I shop most of these items through doTERRA. I get a better discount there. And so, yeah, and I get free shipping and a better discount. So I don't really shop many of these items here. So I can't suggest any of these, but in our next video, I'm going to share some of our favorite items that we love to get from Azure. You can get household and family items. As a general rule, Azure Standard caters to families who maybe might be larger with bulk items, or they may live in a more rural area where they don't have access to as many healthy food items and want to get some maybe more things outside of what they're already farming. So they do a lot of farming equipment and things here. The nutritional supplements also, this is another area that I do not have much experience in. I don't shop much in this section. Again, mostly because I get all of those through doTERRA and I get a better discount there. So and then the outdoor and garden section. Again, I have a little bit less experience with this just because we do not have a garden and we do not have a farm, but they do cater to a lot of different areas for those of you who do have gardens or are on some farmland too. So that's just a little bit of glimpse of kind of one of the items that they have. You can also shop through what their new products are. They're always adding in new brands that they're partnering with. There's also usually a sales section and a bargain bin and things like that. And then when you click down here, you want to, well, like, where they deliver? Where does this even come to? Is this even going to come near me? And so you can click here and you can see that they deliver literally all over the country. It's going to pull up here in just a minute and you'll see all the drop locations. It's massive. You can see it actually also, they also deliver into Hawaii and Alaska as well, but you're not going to be able to see exact locations and actually addresses and things until you create your own account. But you can see the different delivery maps and routes and things like that. So you can see here, actually in the Wyoming area where I am, you can see here the route in the Wyoming and Idaho area. Actually, I'm not in this area of Wyoming, so this one actually route doesn't apply to me. So you can see that there. Now, why would you want to shop through Azure Standard? Well, number one, if you're looking for some more nutrient-dense options for food, and if you're wanting to support smaller farmers and smaller businesses, this is also where you're going to want to shop. And then honestly, sometimes even when you live maybe even in a more suburban or even city area, there are times when you can't find what you're looking for, especially if you have specific food needs and allergies and things like that. So, so this is another way that, especially if you're in a rural area or if you're traveling full time like we are, and you're in maybe staying on BLM land and you want to be able to have access to still have great food, this is a great way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into our account so that you can see, because the first thing you're going to want to do when you go to bit.ly/shop Azure, you're going to want to go ahead and create a free account. It's easy to do. It doesn't obligate you to purchasing anything through them or, you know, pay a membership or anything like that. But it will allow you to actually add a drop location and see a little bit more about their pricing and things like that when you're shopping. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into my account here. And you will see that there's only one obligation when you choose to purchase through Azure, and I think you need to order $50 worth in an order in order for you to be able to place an order. You don't have to place an order every month. You order when you want and what you want. So you're only going to get what you want and when you want it. You can see here that I'm in Laramie, Wyoming, and that we're going to be getting a delivery here soon, and that I have items in my cart. Just like as in Amazon, I can add items to my cart and I can leave them in there until it's time to for the cutoff date. So for the Azure routes and things like that, you're going to find that most of the deliveries happen once a month. So there is some planning involved to what you're going to do. But what I typically did whenever we lived in Houston, and even now, I will plan out maybe some items that I want. Of course, you can have a favorites section here, which I'll go over in the next video. But you can check out favorite items and you can immediately just go and check out and it can be ready to go. And then you just arrive to the location and all of your items are there ready to go. So it's very fast shopping as well, I have found, especially when you've got all of your items that you like regularly in your favorites section. Okay, so here's where we're going to go to the shop section here. I love that when you go into the shop section, so here I'll go to maybe the baking and the pantry section here. You can go in and you can see the items. You'll see a range of prices because you can buy these items usually individually, or you can buy them in bulk, which is where the big savings is. Sometimes families will get together and order bulk items and then split it up among families. Whatever works for you, you can do. But then if you like an item and you find yourself purchasing it frequently, you can immediately click this button here and you can add it to your favorites. I found that $50, any of you who are even the smallest of families, $50 is really very little when it comes to grocery shopping like this. So it's not hard to get the minimum amount to place an order here. So I love that you can shop by categories. And my favorite part of this, especially for those families who have any kind of food sensitivities and things, you can click on this filter button here. And you can quickly say, okay, please don't show me anything that is, unless it's dairy-free, egg-free. You can click on these filter buttons and it will show you only those items that are not, you only want to see items that are low glycemic or that are local and made in Oregon if you want to support the local farmers in Oregon, or if you want to make sure it's soy-free and those kinds of things. So I like to be able to click those filters in there, and then it will only show you those items. Once you get more familiar with the items that they have here, you can easily go here and shop through. I know I want to shop for some seaweed snacks. Yes, we are weird like that. Then you can see all of the seaweed items that are available. And I love the full sheets that you can get because those are a little bit less expensive. And then you can also even cut those. And you see I have those favorited. Okay, so... and then you can also even filter to if you want to show only items that are organic. Okay, so let's go and see if we can find a drop location for your area. So you're going to go to, let me see if I can remember here. Once you've logged in, I think it's where you're going to go to my account. Yeah. And you can see I have tons of drop locations because we travel full time. But you're going to go to add a new drop. And you're just going to type in your city or your location of where you are. Just for the sake of this, I'm going to actually type in Houston, which is where I used to live, and which I know we have a lot of people living in that area as well. So I'm going to type in Houston, Texas, but you can type in your city or the city where you're traveling to next. And you can see here, the green and the yellow are all drop locations in this area. So you can see there's not a lot in the actual metro area, but you can see here it's going to pull these up. And you're not going to actually be able to see all of this until you have your own free account. And I think it's still loading here. Or maybe we need to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and show you maybe... okay, here's an area in Katy, Texas. So I'm going to click on this one, and it's going to show you that there are 97 people who are currently members and who are getting shipments from this drop location. You're cutting out the middleman when you're shopping through Azure Standard. You guys, you're actually going to be meeting the semi-truck, usually in a parking lot somewhere, and picking up your box of groceries. You don't have to shop. You don't have to go drag your kids all through the grocery store. It's really nice. And then you can find out more information about the exact location. And then what it will tell you is it will tell you that the next cutoff date is August 20th. So that means that you have to have your order in by August 20th. And then usually the very next week is the delivery date. There's usually a volunteer coordinator who will coordinate the drop location, and usually it's the same drop location every time. You just need to find out where that drop location is. And it'll tell you, the volunteer coordinator's name is Shayla and her phone number on how to get more information. So it's super simple, super easy to use. You can see I've already got 28 items in my cart for our next delivery. So I'm going to show you guys in the next video a little bit about our favorites and how you can favorite those items and what a cart looks like. So I hope you found this helpful. Again, if you want to help support us in this at no cost to you, you can please shop at bit.ly/shop Azure, and it helps us along the way as well. Thank you guys so much.